I'll explain that to you in a moment. Okay, what I was going to tell you before, we talked about the scalability of software. That's really what it's all about, is that you could write it almost for free once. Pay a guy a million or a billion, whatever it takes. But then you can scale it forever and ever and ever, and you can enhance it. But it doesn't like cost like gold and mining and things like that. Okay, and that's like the internet. And the internet's just a way of distributing the software. But the internet has networking and computers. But those are built by chips. So I was telling you about Gary Tucker in Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
Gold is an important
and he told me this important information. That's all I need to know. He said, all these freaking chips, all they are is silicon. It's sand. It's silicon. It's like crystals. It's silicon. Okay, whatever. It's sand. It's sand and intelligence. It's sand and code. And so it's scalable, infinitely scalable and infinitely free. And so if your technology... No, that's just a function of time, and it's just a function of your mind. Because if it's going to be free in 10 years, we can make it free today by investing in making it free today. It's like a lost fucking forward, pay it forward fucking lost leader. And that's when I figured out how to build up and put iPhones, and I invented iPhones in the eyes, and a connection to every human on earth with GoPros in the head, and then said, a free ticket to ride for life. That'll be the way. I own the world. And if I own the world, meaning you own the world because I gave it back, with everybody connected in the eyes, and peace on earth because I canceled other nations when I bought all of the nations, then it's very, very simple. You just pay it forward 10, 20 years. That's all you need to do. You're trying to make little bitty freaking pieces of dollars and papers on the little visions. But the big vision is not even that big. It was simple for a guy to figure out. 20 years forward, pay it forward, eyeballs became available. And when eyeballs became available, the world became available. And when I could have a worldwide election, the freaking world became mine. In democracy. And what do you want to call it? I could call him in for God too. That's not a problem. I've worked on that for 5, 10 years, because once you figure out how to bite him in the old-fashioned way, then you have to figure out, well, you are obviously the guy. It was like meant to be the game of the game. I knew it was designed for one guy to be gamed and to figure out how to bind the fucking world and send to the world a plan about the world. And then I didn't want to be any more than a Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, because then I could be secretly running around and not have to go through all the freaking things, right? Because actually I told him today, I mean, the people that know it got it. But anyway, it's like, as soon as I got the world, I said, oh, fuck, I don't own the world. It's like, what castle do I want? I own all of the castles. I'm not going to clean these up or manage this shit. I'm not going to tell people what to do. In fact, my first move was to put the other guys in charge and say, kill me if that's the best thing to do, right? You're in charge of me. You're the judge of me. Go ahead, judge me, right? And then the next thing is, hey, I don't want no fucking stinking money. I didn't need no stinking money. That's a paradigm with the paradox of being George Washington 9999999. You can count the math. Wherever you go is worth 1,000 times more than it was before. It's like that's a paradigm of paradoxes. So that it opens up all kinds of superstar paradoxes. And then all of a sudden, okay, so I'm the first guy that ever offered to buy the world. Gave him a valid plan to buy the world. An absolutely innocuous, valid plan to buy the world. Anointed the right leaders to buy the world, to start. And I mean, for 11 days it was the beginning. And then invented the iPhones. And then, invented infinite money. And then invented, infinite capital. See, and economic, a whole economic model, which was already there to begin with.
But when the energy is actually free, and with the silicon is actually free, then buying becomes outdated. Because it's all fucking free.
Exactly, but here's the other thing is this.
What did Christ do? He went into the temple and turned the tills over.
Here's the way of thinking of it, by the way, and you'll appreciate this. And I told him that, by the way, April 15th is tomorrow. I told him that effective taxes are cancelled. and they're being replaced by zakat. That's the Islam version of, like, give you 10%.
10%. See,
Right.
I've always agreed with that.
Zakat.
I've
Right.
always, 10% is easy to calculate, and it's fair across the board. 10%.
If we even need it. Here's the thing. With trickle-up economics, here's the thing. When I came along, I can pretty much guarantee, and they can do the math, it's probably higher than this.
Money's
but
gonna-
I like to
money is gonna
under-promise,
become
over-perform.
outdated, though, Bill.
If your world of innovation went at 1, I raised the pace of innovation by 19, making it 20, which means we advanced 200 years, which means our world was immediately worth 20 times at least what it was worth before I arrived, probably 100. But anyway, I paid the people that own the world 5 times. That should be a good deal in their reality. And by the way, they had more than they needed anyway, so they're happy to have it, because if I took the guns off and made them in charge, because now I take them and let them be who they are. Let them be more than who they are. Let them be unbounded by anybody, because we're all working together. So now we're having atlases working together. See, that's what I did, is I rolled up atlases and angels. I rolled up the stars and starred the stars, and that was easy, because once you sent that email across the bow and they recognize that starring the stars is a plan, a star plan to get this starship rocking and rolling, and it's the ultimate freaking screen plan. It's the ultimate everything. It's the ultimate capital plan. It's the ultimate freaking technology plan. You know, and so it's like, it's the freaking thing. It's the 2 switches for everybody's mind that everyone's missing. And it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I might not know all those switches, but I know they have them. And all they need is like a couple and get the bullshit out of the way, and then all of a sudden we have a whole different reality. And so, you know, like, I haven't mentioned it to you, we build desalinization plants all over the fucking world and the oceans.
They built them in Montecito.
Well, I'm telling you, we just build a big scale. We get the Chinese in. I'm saying we do the one technology worldwide. See, that's the thing. Monsanto, fuck the fucking monopoly. We make the fucking technology free and eat the food. Cause see, I killed your lawyers. They're cancelled. Politicians cancelled. Salesmen cancelled. Accountants cancelled. You name it, insurance cancelled. All the enterprise is computerized. All the jobs we don't want to do, clean the toilets, cancelled. Robots do it. All the things we don't want to do, cancelled.
Bill, the camera should be faced at you, because quite honestly,
They are.
okay, good, because
Well, they aren't, but they are.
but I mean, what I would recommend is a close-up where you can really see the expression.
But did
Because
they
I mean,
even,
I think if you
David-
if you put it out there the right way,
in the
you're gonna have a-
craziness
you're
of
gonna
my
have-
mind from the beginning,
you're gonna have a really big following.
in the craziness of my mind from the beginning, and at the 99.9...
Can I tell you something about 9?
What?
I was born on September 9th. September is the 9th month.
9/11?
No, 9/9.
Okay, 9/9.
And in the year 1971, do the math on 1971.
Oh, and I know where I was.
9, 9.
When was the
10,
Olympics?
Hold on. 1, 9, 10, 7, 17, 1, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So 1971 reduces to 9. If you do my first name...
Do you want a beer?
If you do my first name, David, that's a 9. If you do Hugh...
I didn't know that.
That's a 9. If you do Lion, that's a 9. My whole
Did you
fucking
know
numerology
fucking A?
is number 9. It's like, it used to freak
I don't
me
know.
out.
I don't know these things numbers. Okay, so here's something that okay. Here's two things that resonate. I am the second coming of David, and
Can I grab one?
what? Can you get a beer?
Yeah.
Please, for me too.
Yeah.
And the little openers up on the things. It's a St. Pauli girl, and that's weird because Big Thing 9 was wireless. And if there's anything that ever was on Earth, the king and the queen of wireless technology,
It's okay.
that's going to be me. I am like the second coming of
can have
Testa.
one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You can have 2. You can have 3. You can have.
No, I just want one.
You can have all I have.
Thank you.
So anyway, okay, so 9 is interesting. Oh, by the way, the date.
No, 9. Okay, 9 is the number of completion, but as far as people goes, supposedly it's the number of a humanitarian, and I feel that inside me is ultimately a mission of some type of big humanitarian work that I'm waiting to know what that mission is.
We already in it. Okay, so here's the deal. I was just looking up in my email.
Did I tell you I'm leaving the country next month?
No, you didn't. But let me finish my email thing, and then that, because we're talking about numbers, and I don't want to lose sight of the numbers. I was looking up Cinco de Mayo, and this year Cinco de Mayo, because I was giving them. Well, I was just talking about sort of when I could pay for some of my records of court records. I gave him an ultimatum for my bride last night, but I'm sending her a note that says, well, I still want her, so, and she wants me, so anyway. Cinco de Mayo this year is 05052015. That's like 3 05s.
Yeah.
3 05s and a 1 and a 2.
But Cinco de Mayo is, well, actually, if you
Cinco de Mayo is also May Day, so it's the Communist Day.
See
what I said in basically
you know what?
is...
Actually...
See, the future is capitalism and communism under God. But communism is where the freaking people are the shareholders.
Do you know what May Day represents?
Oh, it's a German thing, too.
It's world fucking wide. When I was in...
I know.
No, I mean, do you know?
No, what does it represent?
Okay, like, for example, when I was in